Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Culture Corner. It's just me again, another solo ep. It's okay. I wanted to do another one because I just wanted to get the vibe of it going, really. So we're here at it again. Thank you so much for listening. Um, Without further ado, let's get into it. I'm not gonna dilly dally. We're gonna get into it. House of the Dragons comes on tonight, so we'll be talking about it. Where have I been? How have you guys been? It's been it's been a lovely week. It's Sunday. It's been a lovely week. It's been not too shabby. I've been recording more reactions, so I'm very happy about that. I'm here recording another episode of the podcast for you guys, which I'm very excited about. Hopefully you guys are actually able to see my face now because I have switched the positions of the mic. So we're happy about that, I think. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, other than that, let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into on the TL. Let's just get right into it. Okay, so House of the Dragons. House of the Dragon comes on tonight. It's the Game of Thrones prequel if you haven't seen it. Very, very good. It does not give Game of Thrones ending. If you were a Game of Thrones fan, I feel like it's better than that right now so far. But I will say, I do think with House of the Dragons, the first season should have honestly been like the first three seasons. Like, we should have had a season where we build up Alicent and Rhaenyra's friendship. We should have had a season where we bring it down, and there should have been the season where everything happens before the war. Then season 4 comes, the war happens because there's so much details. I feel like you need to understand Alicent a little bit more. I don't feel like we streamlined her plot. So like I just feel like everyone just hates her, and yes, we are supposed to hate her, but I feel like she just deserves a bit more grace. Her character deserves more than that. Like we're supposed to love her at first, you know? I feel like we should have loved her at first. There's so much Bela, we should have had more time with Bela's character. Bela's character was so fun, was so kind. We should have had more time with that character. Like I feel like when she died, everyone kind of felt something, so that's a pretty good sign. Everyone should have just been fleshed out a little bit more. There should have just been a bit more longer seasons. Um, End of season 1 should have been when Alicent becomes Rhaenyra's stepmom. End of season 2 should have been when Alicent comes to the wedding late in green, and the end of season 3 should have been essentially, I guess, it should have been the whole situation with the king dying and freaking Alicent usurping the throne. Usurper. That's what that is called when she did that. So yeah, I feel like a lot of those should have just been fleshed out a little bit more. But other than that, it's pretty good. Season 2 comes out tonight. We're excited to watch. We're excited to see what they have in store. I already know what's gonna happen. I did not read the books, but I watched YouTube videos of people who did. Thank you if you did that. I listened to it. Very good, very understanding. And they even tell you what happens in Game of Thrones too. So like everyone kind of knows what happens, but to see it actually play out is going to be really, really interesting. But I'm really excited about that. If you are going to watch it, please come back and let's discuss, because I think that's one thing that I'm probably going to try to do with the podcast is talk about Game of Thrones, because I don't watch anything else. I don't watch Love Island. I don't watch Love is Blind. I don't watch none of that. I don't watch. I mean, I watch anime. We could talk about anime, but I don't think that's going to be as fun. But yeah, I'm so excited for Game of Thrones or House of the Dragons. If you're going to watch, please come back and let's discuss. Okay. So the next thing we have is Rihanna. Ooh, Fenty hair. Rihanna's coming out with a new hair care line. If you guys haven't seen it, Rihanna came out with like a couple of promo videos for her new hair care line that's like called Fenty Hair. and it's very interesting. It's very, I don't know anything about like the products that she has put in the product yet, because she hasn't like released those. And but she talked about the smell really well. She talked about like the containers that they're in, so it should be interesting. Everyone has been comparing Fenty hair to Sacred, Beyonce's hair care line. As you can tell, obviously, since Beyonce has a hair care line, I feel like she's like kind of only one of like three, maybe four of the celebs that's coming into the hair care space. Um, the fact that Rihanna's come to do it like literally in the same year as Beyonce, it of course obviously it's gonna make people bring up comparisons. And if I'm being honest, y'all, I'm a sacred girl. I'm a sacred girl. The hydrating shampoo is really good. It works wonders. It really is good. The hydrating shampoo is something I would recommend. Um, I do love the rice and rose water treatment. I feel like those two are like very much like the staples. Like if I had to drop everything else, I would just keep those two. But the deep conditioner is not bad, and the hydrating, no, the clarifying shampoo is not bad because I have those. I don't have the oil or the sealing lotion, but I do have all the other ones, and they're pretty good. Like my hair feels very soft. It smells very earthy and like spa. Like I don't know how else to explain it, but like it just gives spa vibes. Like this is what I feel like a spa would smell like. So I like the smell. It's not bad. Um, my hair, like you could just see the curls in my hair when it when I put it in, like when I put the hydrating shampoo specifically. It has a lot of slip. It's very good, more slip than the conditioner, but I feel like that's for a reason. But the conditioner not bad actually. The conditioner, if you brush your hair out when you use the hydrating shampoo and then you brush your hair out when you use the deep conditioner, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. But yeah. Ooh, speaking of my hair, y'all, I think I'm balding. My nightmares are coming true. I'm balding. I don't want to bald. I can't go through that process. I'm trying to like kind of accept it because like there's nothing you can do about it. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, so let me go buy minoxidil really quickly so I can stop the balding. We're gonna try to hold out my beautiful hair for as long as I have it. Like, but y'all, my bald era is coming up way quicker than I thought it would be. Unfortunately, but yeah, to see Rihanna come into the hair care line, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Is she gonna dominate? I hope so. When she released the teaser, she didn't really talk about like the products that was in the hair care line. So I hope she talks about the ingredients a little bit more before we drop anything. But I'm excited. I actually might give it a go because the containers that they're in and the boxes looked really nice and like really cute. But it's very hilarious how she tried to pull a fast one on us. And when the promo pictures came out, she was wearing a wig, and the TL was blew up. The TL was like, "Bitch, this is a wig." The Rihanna Navy was like, "No, it's not. No, it's not. That's her real hair." And everyone was like, "Bitch, it's a wig. Don't even lie. It's a wig. Don't even front right now." And then, um, when she comes out with her actual haircut, she had like a nice little rock star. I call it like a pixie cut. Nice little, cute little cut. Almost like a oh, girl. Her hair was really short. I don't even know how to say it. Her was really short, and it looks so much cuter. Actually, I really wish that she wore that hair than the actual hair that she wore. But I'm excited to see what the ingredients are. I'm excited to see like everyone try it. I'm excited just to see this new career or this new step in the whole Fenty hair care line. Cause oh my god, from musician to beautician, Rihanna Fenty. Okay, Let's see what else do we have. Oh my gosh. I totally forgot. Oh my gosh. It's Pride Month. Happy Pride Month to the Alphabet Mafia. Fuck out my way when you see me. We running with the LGBT. Along with Pride Month, it is also Caribbean Heritage Month. Me being a Haitian American, give it up for us. If you're Caribbean, booyaka, booyaka, boom, 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 boom. Big up, y'all. Big up, y'all. If you're Caribbean and you're gay, we're like living it up. It is also on top of that Black Music Month, Black Music History Month. So let's give it up for the Black music historians. And yes, as now that I think about it, I would like to take this time to call out some of the trans women of the community, because without them, a lot of us wouldn't have rights. So Marsha P. Johnson, let's give it up for her, first of all. And let's give it up for someone a little bit more recent, T.S. Madison. T.S. Madison has been doing it. She has been, honestly, she's a symbol for the girls. She has been a sex worker. She has transitioned from sex work to public media, I guess, public media work, which is honestly very, very, very inspiring. I think T.S. Madison being on the Renaissance album was iconic, and I just think, like, I don't know, I just think that it is very lovely to see some of the trans girls actually succeed in the public space. Like, I know she's gonna do bigger and better things, but she's gonna kill it. She's gonna kill it. Who else do we need to give a shout out to? Let's see. Oh my gosh. We gave a shout out to Marsha P. Johnson, the queen who threw the first brick at Stonewall. Without her ass, we would not be here as gay people. We would not be where we are right now. So I'm very happy. I'm very helpful of very. I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy that we have someone like that. And so, oi, who else do we have? Let's give it up for. Oh my God, I thought I had all of them. Let's give it up for Miss Major Griffin Gracie. Miss Major Griffin Gracie is a black transgender woman and activist at the forefront of the trans rights. She faced many hurdles during her life, and in these challenges, it fueled her activism, and she became a transgender variant intersex justice project or she joined that group as a staff organizer and later as an executive director to lead the group's efforts advocating for incarcerated trans women. And she is still alive today. I would like to specially praise her because it is lovely to see LGBT people from the past specifically, or who have experienced like the time of the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, because we definitely need those kinds of people around. And unfortunately, because of the AIDS epidemic, we're not we're not used to seeing kind of like the old gays. And I think it's very important that we see them. I think it's very important that we know about them. I think it's very important that we talk about them because they really are the bridge. Like, I'm someone who kind of believes in like ancestors even when you don't necessarily have a connection to them. Like, you have ancestors to all your identity. So like me being a gay person, I do feel a connection to like the gays that have passed. And I try to remind myself that I'm living my life for for just to be gay, just to live life and be gay and just be myself and just be able to express that. But yeah, I think there were more people that I would like to shout out, but I think I'm gonna shout them out in the next episode, because in the next episode I have this shirt that I want to wear that's gonna shout out uh an organization here in Atlanta that kind of is pro LGBT, pro black, kind of just to, I don't know, just to kind of start supporting the community somehow. Like, I need these podcast episodes need to give something. We need to give something to the girls. But yeah, shout out to those women. And speaking of, actually, now that we mentioned that, there was this article that I saw on the TL um, about this man who came out in his obituary, essentially. So he wrote his obituary, passed away, unfortunately, and it came out to everybody and said he was gay his whole life, and he just saw the way that people were prosecuted as gay people and didn't want to be a part of that. So he kept it a secret, and he took it to the grave, literally. And he literally said at the end, he was like, now hopefully my spirit will find some peace at the end. And it's really sad. It's really sad when you think about him having to kind of hide who he was his whole life just for out of fear of persecution. And he really took that to the grave. And that story is kind of one of the reasons why I always tell myself, like, I'm not just living for me. Like, me existing in this world as a gay person, doing whatever I want, just living my life, I am essentially kind of living. I'm living for all those before us who weren't able to do that. There are so many people who we've lost through the way. There are so many gay people who we've lost to bullying. There are so many gay people that we've lost to suicide. There's so many gay people that we've lost to drugs. There's so many gay people that we've lost. Not even gay people, LGBTQ people that we've lost to all these kind of like sad situations and sad outcomes. Um, Unfair world, cruel world, but I think me kind of living my life, doing what I want to do, being who I am, loving myself, is being comfortable in my skin. Comfortable in my skin. Cozy with who I am. I love myself, goddamn. Cozy. Cozy. But I think being all those things are kind of like a way to respect the people who came before us, and is a way to kind of like live for them, you know? I'm kind of like a believer in that. I don't know how to explain it, but I do believe that like the gays are kind of like watching me live my best life, and I kind of plan to do so. So here we are. That's why I had to dress a little cunty. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to wear something a little bit rainbow or should I just dress cunty, and I just decided I'm gonna dress cunty. I'm gonna give a bit of glare. I'm gonna give a bit of glare, you know. So hopefully you guys like it. Let me take some water really quickly. Okay. Oh yeah, it is also. Ooh, we are 3 days away from Juneteenth. Let's give it up from Juneteenth. This is one of the blackest months other than February in America. So let's give it up for Juneteenth. A friendly reminder that none of us are free until we are all free. And someone who is Haitian American and one of the first, basically the first only slave revolt that became a country afterwards, I think it's very important to keep that sentiment in mind. Um, I think it's very perfect. It's like a perfect saying for me to always remember that we are all not free until all of us are. So, which is one of the reasons why I love to call myself a Pan-Africanist. I love all black cultures. I love all black people. I love all black ethnicities. And I hope that with this podcast, hopefully, maybe one day, I'll be able to educate everybody on like the differences, and we'll be able to connect, and we'll be able to have like, I don't know, just like a basis for Pan-Africanism in podcast form. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't want it to seem like that, but I want it to be like that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But the reason why we bring up Juneteenth is because Kendrick is going to have a concert in LA on Juneteenth, and that should be a very interesting concert. Um, I mean, obviously, a person who would have a concert on Juneteenth is Kendrick Lamar, and he is hot off the disc. And I'm pretty sure he has an album in the works, so maybe he might be performing some stuff off of that. He has to perform Not Like Us now, obviously. There's just so much stuff that day is gonna come. It's gonna have so much stuff to deal with. There's probably gonna be a new conversation on Black Twitter. We gotta get ready, y'all. We gotta get ready. Kendrick's coming, Juneteenth. That's gonna be a very special day. Do I have off? No. Thank you for asking, but no. So we will be working on Juneteenth, but it's okay, babes. It's okay. Ooh, y'all. Did y'all get into that girl who that girl? Did y'all get into Tyla? Did y'all get into Tyla this week? So Tyla got on the Breakfast Club, and Charlemagne, of course, y'all know Charlemagne. Charlemagne's gonna ask the most uncomfortable questions, and he asked her about her race, basically, and like how she identifies as a colored woman, and like the backlash that she got from that. And Tyla understood her talking points. She just looked back at her manager. Manager was like, "Yeah, we not talking about that. We not talking about that." And it kind of got a little awkward, and it was like this weird thing. But then the discourse got to Twitter, and it became what this was gonna become, war. So there was a lot of, basically there was one tweet that I personally saw that was like, oh, basically everyone understood except for Black Americans. And to that I would like to say, well, yes. Um I think in terms of this whole situation, I understand where Tyler's coming from. I personally understand where Tyler's coming from. But I think when you come to America, you have to understand what America politics looks like, and what America like deems like as like things that are important. And I think honestly, Tyler should have took that moment to explain colored culture instead of just skipping the answer this one time. Like, I understand if she did it any other time, but I feel like since this is such like, the Breakfast Club is such like a cultural like piece for the Black community. Say what you want, but it is, sorry, um it's a cultural like touchstone for the Black community. So like, I feel like if she answered it there, it would have been like a perfect place to put it. Everyone, Miss Impressive would have gotten it, Shade Room would have gotten it, Black Twitter would have gotten it, and like if it did something, it would have done like not that much. And then if people had something to like, if people brought up something else like once later, they could bring up this interview to kind of like say like what she thought about it. So like, in terms of PR, I do think it was like a missed opportunity to kind of like explain a bit about color culture. But I understand where you're coming from. But I mean, also, it's Charlemagne. This man asks Logic who raped his sister. There is nothing that's safe for this man. Like, he's gonna ask the question. So I just feel like, for this specific time, like, it probably would have been better to answer it. Because look what happened. She had to release a statement. She had to tell people that, yes, she considers herself a black woman. And yes, that, like, outside of South Africa, she considers herself a black woman. But I feel like you should definitely talk about, like, kind of like those instances and like those differences and like where that comes from and the understanding of that, because a lot of people don't understand it. Like, as much as I'm defending America, I mean, yeah, a lot of people aren't going to understand the different types of blackness and what goes on and why other things are allowed in other countries. Because, like, there's just so much nuance and, like, ignorance between us as black people that we don't understand each other's cultures. But I hope to fix that. I hope to help kind of bridge that gap as well. But it's so sad that Tyler had to go through that. But I think especially when she comes to America, like that's just gonna be something that she's gonna have to. It's gonna be a talking point. I mean, maybe not all the time. Not everyone talks about race, but like it is gonna be a talking point in America. Like that's just what it is. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Okay. Last one. Okay, y'all. Did y'all see? Did y'all see Miss Thing on the news or this Miss Lady, this white lady saying the N word, talking about how her ladies are married to broke niggas, and she already got fired for it, and she's already getting picked up by the racist people. Like, this is absolutely insane. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that we're actually going through this again. Like, she really thought she could get away with saying it too, and then like, cause she's been doubling down. She said, "You heard me," and then she's been going online saying it. She called Lil Uzi a fag. Like, oh my god, like, girl, why? She's not even like, I don't know. I don't believe her when she does it. That's all I'll say. Like, it just doesn't give. But she's very annoying. It's starting to go viral. She's starting to, if you see, she's starting to go over to the Republican side, and the Republicans are getting her just because she got fired for saying the N word. They're very vicious people, very petty people. I can't deal with it. I really can't deal with it. But you know, here we go. Here we go again. New racist white girl on the block. Like, here to take Tammy Loren's spot. But she doesn't have the gump like Tammy Loren. I'll tell you that. At least like Tammy Loren could commit. This hoe can't commit. I'll tell you that. But yeah, you guys. Okay. That's enough for on the TL. Let's talk about the news. Okay. So did you guys hear about the Did you guys hear about the Tulsa race situation with the Supreme Court, or at least the Oklahoma Supreme Court? Let's talk about it. Let's get it. This is coming from AP News, AP News, AP News. Oklahoma Supreme Court dismisses lawsuit of the last Tulsa race massacre survivors seeking reparations. Tragic, right? Absolutely tragic. Um, Oklahoma Supreme Court on Wednesday dismissed a lawsuit by survivors of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre, dampening the hope of advocates for racial justice that the city would make financial amends for one of the worst single acts of violence against black people in the U.S. history that left as many as 300 people dead and a once thriving district in smoldering ruins. Actually, for context, y'all, it was 103 years ago. White supremacists and the U.S. National Guard heard a fucking lie about some black kid flirting with a white girl. Of course, it's always that situation specifically. Black guy going after a black girl, white girl, and they ended up burning down a whole city because of that, burning down a whole town because of that, bombing a whole city because of that. Yeah, you guys, bombs. 300 people died, 1,200 homes burned, 10,000 people were homeless, $27 million in property damage, and no reparations. No reparations. They were trying. The last survivors. Obviously, these people are like 100 years old, something plus years old, and so a lot of them are. They're kind of just like trying to get a little bit of reparations. Like, hey, this was fucked up. Here comes America, not giving it, not caring, not understanding the situations that they put people through. And once again, this is why race is kind of like always a discussion in America because, like, in America, black people don't feel like we've necessarily kind of made amends with racism. And I feel like that's important. But white people feel like, you're not slaves. So what's the problem? Like, why is this a problem? You're not slaves anymore. You're not equal. What are you guys talking about? That's kind of like the situation that's going on in America. And I don't think a lot of people outside of America understand that, but it's one of the reasons why this Tyler conversation is probably not going to die. She might not be having it, but the conversation is not going to die because situations like this arise. Then you have the whole bunch. Never mind. Let me not put that online. Let me not say that online. Whoopsie. But yeah, it's so freaking tragic to hear that. I hope there's another way. I hope they can find something to kind of make amends somehow, but we all know it's probably not going to happen. Anyways, let's talk about let's talk about speaking of pride. Did y'all hear Did y'all hear Disney buries the hatchet with Florida Governor DeSantis after Don't Say Gay fight? Like, this is coming from Huffington Post, okay? So, Governor Ron DeSantis appointees on Wednesday gave final approval and agreement that buries the hatchet between Disney and the governing district for Walt Disney World, which the Florida government took over after the company 2 years ago publicly opposed a state law critics dubbed Don't Say Gay. The five DeSantis appointed board members to the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District unanimously voted to approve a 15-year development deal in which the district committed to making infrastructure improvements in exchange for Disney investing up to 17 billion into Disney World over the next 2 decades. Basically to bump up the tourism, which bumps up their economy. Mm, mm. See, under the deal, Disney will be required to donate up to 100 acres, 40 hectares of Disney World's 24,000 acres, 9,700 hectares, for the construction of infrastructure projects controlled by the district. The company also will need to award at least half of its construction project to companies based in Florida and spend at least 10 million on affordable housing for Central Florida. Mm. All this after saying the don't say gay shit. So Disney filed counterclaims that included asking the state court to declare the agreements valid and enforceable. Those state court lawsuits were dismissed as part of the March settlement. My, that's Disney for you. I mean, were they really allies? I guess, but money's money. It's always gonna move for the name of money. Ron DeSantis is gonna move for the name of money. Disney gonna move for the name of money. As long as money's involved, no one really matters. But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, unfortunate. But what are you gonna do? All I'm gonna say is fuck Ron DeSantis. Freedom for Florida. All I have to say. The last thing that we have. Ooh, I think I should just quickly add Trump is guilty of 34 counts of whatever he's guilty of, and he's still in the running. We'll never be free. We will never be free. That's why I'm telling y'all, start leaving America, because this place is just bullshit. And I feel like we're fixing to go to war. So if you're really ready for that, yay. I'm not. So leave me out of it, please. All right, you guys. That's it for the news. We ran through those really quickly. Shoot. Yeah, girl. I'm trying to get to House of the Dragons. I'm really excited for that one. Um let's get into gear grinders really quickly. I don't think we're gonna do RMG. What the fuck, LOL. I was gonna talk about my trip to New York, but we'll save that for next episode. Like, I really want to get into New York, but I love New York. I'm from New York, so. Anyways, let's just get into gear grinders. I really want to talk about this whole Assassin's Creed situation. As an Assassin's Creed fan, I kind of miss us being like a quiet fan base. A very nobody knew about the new Assassin's Creed game because nobody cared because everybody like stopped fucking playing them. I kind of wish we went back to that because this whole Assassin's Creed Shadow Talk has been so fucking annoying. There's so many people who are pissed off about a black person being in this game, which I I would understand if I didn't understand that the character was a real person. Everyone's like, okay, but he wasn't a real samurai. Okay, he wasn't a real samurai. Okay, this game has you fist fighting the Pope for a artifact that is based off of Adam and Eve Isu products and that can control people's minds. Okay, like what? The same game? Was it the same game or the game before that one? You're literally helping the Medici's. Like, game before that one, you kill Charles E. Lee. Like, there is fantasy in this game. There is room to make stuff happen in this game. It is so fucking obvious. But the conversation has just been about a black man in Asia, black man in Asia, black man in Asia, black man killing up a bunch of Asian people, black man killing up. I mean, he's gonna be a black man in Asia. Like, that's what it's gonna look like. And personally speaking, from someone who's going to buy the game, I feel like I'm gonna play more as now. I think her name is Naue. Naue, anyways, because I just like when I play an Assassin's Creed game, I just want to be an assassin. So I'm gonna play the Japanese person. I feel like personally a little bit more. Anyways, I don't have time to be this much of a hater. It makes no sense. It's so stupid, and it's just so annoying how like now like the whole conversation is just about that instead of actually the game, which is so annoying because like the times when I used to watch so many Assassin's Creed videos for when Odyssey came out, for when Valhalla came out, for when Mirage came out, they were so kind of like open and positive, but this one has just been so negative. I'm kind of hating it. I'm kind of hating it. And it's very annoying. It's causing me to feel like people are only openly mad about stuff that they want to be racist about. That's just me. Whoa. But yeah, very, very annoying. Let's see, what else do we have on the agenda? Uh, we'll talk about New York next week. I want to make this, maybe this might be a short and sweet episode. We ran through everything so quickly. Um, thank you so much for watching. Ugh, no, that was so gross. Yeah, there's nothing else for us to talk about. We ran through everything. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back with another episode soon. Sorry for this short and sweet episode. If it is short and sweet, I don't know how long it's gonna be. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go eat. I'm a little hungry. I'm gonna go watch Game of Thrones or House of the Dragons. I'm gonna enjoy my night, and I hope you guys do as well. I hope you guys have a good week. I hope you guys have a good day. Please, if you made it this far, please give us a like. It's probably on YouTube first, so please, thank you. If you're listening to this on Spotify, please give us 5 stars. If you're listening to us on Apple Music, please give us 5 stars. Please review us. Please give me 5 stars. Us. It's just me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And there ain't no need to cry. I'm gonna be my own best friend. But yeah. So please subscribe to me. Please follow me on my socials. Please, if you have any feedback, please let me know. If you made it this far, I would love to know your feedback because you're actually listening. But okay, y'all, let me get out. Let me get off. Let me do my thing. I will talk to y'all later. And with that,